Well, welcome to the inaugural live streaming of the Capras home games. I'm here with Dom Draper.
Hello,
Dom,
Justin.
Mate, happy to be here. Look, first time, we're hoping there's going to be no technical difficulties. But as you can see on your screen at the moment, the PNG Hunters getting ready to take on our boys, the Capras. Look, beautiful night. Good night for footy, Dom.
Very good night for football. It's a rather large crowd for a trial match, but splendid conditions this evening for this game. The Hunters, they'll be getting a big round of applause whenever they're out there doing their stuff, which will be great for them. But great for us to have the Capras back home here on Brown Park for their first game of the year.
And as we kick off, we see the 7, Roger Laka Motion, put the ball down deep. Darren, onto the big man, Alan Packy, takes the first hit up. Look, I can tell you, Dom, I went and seen these New Guinea boys, the Hunters, trained the other day, and if this was a bodybuilding contest, I'll tell you, mate, they're winning hands down.
Yes, definitely some great physiques out there. These boys are definitely going to know what this contest is all about.
So we're going to do our best to pick out the numbers. As you can see from the stream here, we've got the New Guinea Hunters in white jerseys with white numbers. You don't get that too often, Dom, but Capras have the early penalty. Darren Pearson finds touch about on just past the 50-metre line. And look, they're going to be in prime position, I guess, to start an attacking raid.
And here's Peter Gallen straight through. Brother of Paul gone. Tackled there by the fullback. Up quickly, plays the ball. Webster, Pearson, onto Smith somehow. Former Melbourne Storm, former Titan. He's taken down there. Webster again. To Darren Pearson. Darren is through. Held up. Great work by the Hunters.
Yeah, it was. Look, they probably didn't expect to be down here this early, but I can tell you, the Capras are not taking this game lightly.
Here they are again. Williams on to Stanley. Marco Delapina. Interesting fact, he was born in Thailand, grew up there. He's gone into touch, so we'll have our first scrum of the game.
Marco Delapina born in Thailand. Well, we didn't know that one. Yeah, look, that was a great first run by the Capras. They've gone the full length of the field, of course, on the piggyback. The PNG Hunters, look, they're going to be in for it. They had a great win last weekend against the Northern Pride, so, we're expecting big things, and obviously the Capras are not going to take this game easy at all.
No, very interesting that they came away with a win against the Pride, and would have been a very tough match, 26-18. Definitely, they'll be on it again today to take on our boys here, the Capras. Here they are, the Hunters trying to come out of their own end, driven back there in the tackle. Here we go, one of their wingers has come in to take the ball. Tackled there by Sebastian Martin, the Frenchman, been down to the Broncos recently. Here we go. Tackle number 2, Andrew Heavy-Dale in there. Good to see Andrew back on the field with the Capras. It's been a while. He used to be damaging in his time when he was younger. Penalty number 2. Here we go. The Hunters getting out of their area very quickly.
Well, Dom, you say the Kummels there, but a fact is there is no Kummels in this side, except for the coach, Michael Morum, who was the assistant coach to Adrian Lamb at this year's World Cup, and he was a former Kummel himself back in 2000. But what they've done, and these PNG Hunters have actually been in camp. They've really working hard on the attitude and the young players. So these players have been selected from the Digicel Cup in New Guinea, which is their main competition. Incidentally, there's 2 players in this squad that have come from local leagues. So, look, tip your hat to those guys. And I'll point those guys out as we go. That'd be the 11, Brandy Peter. And sitting on the bench, you've got Edward Goma in the 21 jersey when he comes on. So these guys are, they're taking it serious. They're super excited that they're now in the Q Cup. And, look, now's the time they've got to prove their worth.
Well, here come the Hunters. Just about to enter into the 20 of the Capras. Capras moving along sidewards. Tackle there by Guy Williams. Inside the 20. The Hunters, steam him up, might be hard to get. Ball into the in goal. Huey Stanley. He had no chance of getting out of there.
I can tell you, Dom, I've got the names here. I'm ready to call the PNG Hunters, but white on white numbers on white jerseys. I'm going to be guessing, so forgive me if I make a mistake somewhere along the line, all our PNG fans out there, but I'm going to try my hardest.
Yeah, that will definitely be some of our feedback. different coloured numbers would be very handy, but they do look striking in their white jerseys. Here we go.
It's like test match cricket.
It is.
All right, dropout happens. Didn't get off the ground too much. Trapped there, and as we can see, let me pick a number here. Looks like the Sebastian Pandia. I know Noel Joel in the 9 at hooker there for the Hunters. Good pass. I can tell you, these guys play everything 100 miles an hour, these Hunters. As I said earlier, they're that excited to be involved and just ready to rip in. Incidentally, PNG, one of the only countries where rugby league is their national game.
Yeah, it's fantastic to have them in the competition. They will always give you a hard contest, the Hunters. And here they come, attacking the line of the Capras, almost through. He's nearly over, just cut short. Cut there now by Stanley. Gets up quickly, play the ball. Through hands. Oh, they're over.
All right, let's pick this number out because I can tell you, Capras would be very upset with that. That looks like I've seen my man Sebastian Pandy in there. All right. David Loco, I think's gone over there, so I would say David Loco motion, Dom. Look, great work there by the Hunters, the PNG Hunters, but I can tell you the Capras probably very upset. The gap just opened up beside the post. And I can tell you from Butchie Hetherington working with the boys at the moment, he doesn't want any spaces in the middle, and it opened up like a canyon there, Dom.
Yeah, it certainly did. There were players left on the ground and the play the ball, which made it very hard for the rest of the line to adjust. They've strolled through in their first attempt on the hour and 20. So cover is just something to work on. It is a trial, so they will be working hard on that going through the rest of this game.
Yeah, so as we see the kick, look, we've got to say a big thank you to JMK and the Rocky Leagues Club. Major sponsors here are the Capras. So as we can see the kick lined up, this should be regulation.
It's over. Great kick there.
So Roger Lacka. So Lacka motion, converted. So we look here, we've got a replay. No, we did have a replay. We've come back to live action. So the Hunters are lining up.
Oh, here it is, the kick to come over.
We've got a replay, we're back.
Yes.
And Roger Lacka motion.
Straight over.
Here we go.
Here we go, back to the action now. That's a deep kick. That's over. That's out on the full.
Too big.
Too big.
Let me tell you, Don, as a footy player yourself, mate, the most important set of six is soon as a try scored.
Yes, definitely straight after a kick is very, very important. Working hard. Not a very good start to this set of six for the Capras. Be in their own area defending again. And here we go with the public finding him touch. They will be hard to keep out.
So yeah, so the Capras will be upset that they've given up this field position straight away, but as we can see, the big number 11 there, David Loco. So that's the Loco motion, and then we've got the 7 Roger Lacka motion. So the Capras need to regroup here and really work their defence as the Hunters hit middle of the field, about 25 out. Ball's out.
Bit of a mistake there from the big number 8 up New Guinea Hunters. Capras get away with a lucky one there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Hunters. Simple error in the half. Maybe had a little boat beat. Look at what was ahead, but can't knock the ball on.
No, and so the Capras will be working hard now to get out of their own end. The scrum is just 10 metres out from their own goal punch. They'll need to work very, very hard. Oh, Alan Packies gets sent out the back. Blood bin. Interestingly enough, Huey Stanley sticks his head in the scrum.
Huey, I don't see too many number 1s packing down in front row. Look, he doesn't know what he's doing here.
No, he looked a bit lost in there, but no. Taking one for the team. Hopefully Alan's not too far away. Huey will want to keep his looks.
Right, as the scrum goes down, the ref's getting this right. Blake Wallace to feed the ball. Regulation win for the Capras. And as we head up. So they're going to do some work coming out of their own line there. Webby Webster in half. Guy Williams there. Onto Marco. In a little bit of space here. Let's see what he can do. Good fend. Strong run. Taken down. Just a little bit before the 40-metre line.
Penalty. We'll take the penalty. Both teams have had a bit of luck getting out of their own end with a couple of penalties helping them out of there.
I can tell you, Dom, sitting up in our commentary position here, there seems to be a bit of a strong breeze blowing, would you say, into our face, which would coming from the east.
Yes, I'd say that. I think it's coming from the west. It's swirling a bit, I think. Interesting to see if they stick the ball in the air. Here's the big Frenchman, Sebastian Martin.
Loose ball, coughing up, loose carry.
Not good. He will not be happy with that, the big Frenchman. Turnover to the Hunters. I don't think we want to be giving the Hunters too much ball. I think we want to be keeping onto the ball, playing out our set of six, and playing into the corners. Here they are again. Tackle number 2. Hunters. Yes, we're still having problems with their numbers.
I don't even know if he had a number on his jersey.
The numbers are a different colour. So yes, that's tackle number 3. Guy Williams involved in that with Blake Wallace.
So I'd say Roger Lacka there. Ball out the back. Picked off by Darren Pearson.
Taken down there by Peter Gallen. Here they go again. What a one-out running. Oh, great offload there from the Hunters.
Look at this razzle dazzle.
Oh, the Harlem Globetrotters are here.
This is the danger that the PNG Hunters bring to a football game. A lot of these island nations, Dom, as you know, they love to throw the ball around and they're not scared to do so.
No, they love getting the ball and throwing it around, getting it around. They love playing with the ball, attacking. That's what they like, attacking football. Great take by Delapina. Here's the Welsh Wizard. Holds the record for the most tries for the Welsh side, Rhys Williams. Big cheerio to anyone in Wales watching tonight.
We're going worldwide, Dom, worldwide.
Let's hope, Justin, let's hope.
All right, so Marco, as he struggles and fights, he's had a good game early in the piece.
Yeah, made a lot of meters early. Ian Webster urging his team on. Here's another man who's done a mountain of work. Peter Gallen. Peter Gallen, straight again.
And as our listeners would know, the brother of Paul Gallen, so a very famous name and similar look about him.
Yeah, very similar. Probably a little bit more hair on top. Kick there by Darren Pearson, all the way from Yarrabah. I do know there'll be people watching up there this evening. Hello to all those people up there.
All the Seahawks. So as we see on the replay, kick goes down. That's Gary Lowe. Yeah. The 2 that's just taken that. As we see a scoot out a half from the Hunters.
Yep. Just over 8 minutes to go in this first quarter. We're playing quarters this evening, Justin. So interesting to see how that goes. The Hunters normally have been renowned for slowing down about the 30-minute mark, but maybe the quarters will come into handy with them tonight.
Dom, as you said earlier, remember this is a trial game, so the second trial for the Capras. They unfortunately went down against the Sunshine Coast Falcons down at Gary Larson over at Miriamvale last weekend, where the Hunters had a very successful time against the Pride Hands. So look, Capras will be looking for a good showing, and the Hunters will be looking for something special. So that was the 6 Israel Iliab. Kicking down, Huey Stanley to bring the ball back as he hits the 20-metre line and he'll be stopped right there.
Yes, Huey Stanley Jr. with Mitchell Zornig, who spent some time up in the Cowboys in their 20 system. Had a bit of a bad run with injuries, had a knee injury, he's come back. It's great to see him back on the paddock. And here's Smith Samau from Gladstone, actually. Interestingly enough, moved to Gladstone with the industry there to work there. Great run by him. Here he is again, Peter Gallen. I've called his name many times.
Well, he's a workhorse. You get used to hearing it, especially when you watch the NRL. His brother does a pile of work, as we can see.
Oh, Blake Wallace nearly through.
Cuts through.
Here we go again. Webster down the blind. Guy Williams. On to Marco Delapina. Marco.
Oh,
yeah, no,
Marco.
unlucky. Oh, I can hear the screams from Yarrabah now. Their boy was over.
Well, Packy Pearson, look, Packy's had a great pre-season, a welcome addition to Rockhampton. Incidentally, he was part of the Queensland Indigenous men's team that toured New Zealand last year. Unfortunately, 2 games against the Maoris, and we went down both games, but Darren was a big part of that. Look, he was standing in front of him there, Dom. Rookie mistake.
Yes, unlucky there. But yeah, now the Hunters get the opportunity to come out from their end. Interesting to see how they go this time. Capras just not holding on to the ball, getting to that final tackle. I think I remember only 2 kicks at this point of the game from the Capras.
And look, we talk about it all the time. Football's rugby league's a simple game. You hold the ball, the other team can't score, and you don't want to be turning it over cheaply.
No, you don't.
I can tell you one thing with these Hunters, I believe they're a real confident side. If you give them too much ball, they'll eventually break through.
Yes, exactly. Yes, and they'll have speed to burn, Justin. An interesting fact, Justin. I don't think I've seen that many people spilling out the back of the Rockhampton Leagues Club in a long time. It is fantastic to see people come back to local football.
I can tell you, looking across the Queensland, there's a great crowd here tonight, Dom. And as you said, mate, great to be here. Great in support of the Capras. recruited well. They've been training well. We expect big things from them this year.
Yes. There's a lot of expectation on them from the locals in central Queensland. Taking a few games to Gladstone this year, which is exciting for them, taking more than what they've had in previous years, playing some games around the region. And here we are now with Reece Martin, the Welsh boy, coming out his own end.
Yeah, so Reece was another one of our internationals, but also played over there with the Warrington Bulls in England.
Yes, we have certainly got an international flavour. We've got 3 international players out there tonight. Sebastian. We've also got Ian Webster,
Reece Williams, and let's not forget the crowd favourite, Gavin Hiscox.
Oh, that's right, Gavin, yes.
International edition.
The Italian Stallion, he is known as, Gavin Hiscox, the Italian Stallion. It's a shame he's out injured tonight. Captain of the Capras he was last season. He's just been injured. Oh, unlucky.
See big Sam Pearce there, unfortunately, put the ball down.
Yeah, Sam spent part of the pre-season down at the Brisbane Broncos, as the Capras have an affiliation with them. Good to see the boys getting a run down there, because also Alan Packy, as well as Sebastian Martin, the Frenchman, getting a run down there.
And by all accounts, Tom, there was some really good reports. As the Capras here, we're a little worried if the boys are going to come back. They're performing that well.
Yeah, a lot of positive reports were coming out of the Broncos about their attitudes towards training and their efforts and how they looked. It was fantastic. But while we got a bit of a break, it's great to have sponsors on board, Justin. JMK Constructions are fantastic to have on board. Great supporters of the Capras. And the Rockhampton Leagues Club, been a long supporter of this club. It's fantastic to have them on board. And I can tell you now, some of the best crumb steaks I've ever had is at the Rockhampton Leagues Club.
Well, you look like you know where all the good crumb steaks are.
Oh, I didn't get this figure eating lettuce.
Hey, just incidentally, the trainer for the PG Hunters is one Jason Tassel.
Yes.
So there was a name that you might go back.
Famous Tassel family from Cairns.
That's correct. So,
played of the Cowboys, some of the boys.
Yeah. Well, Brad Tassel, who's actually CEO of the PG NRL men.
Yes.
He's there, and Jason's his brother. So Jason's involved with the Hunters here, and he's the trainer tonight. So he's a large, lump little man. He looks exactly like the PNG boys, except he's very pale white with tattoos all over him.
Yes, he does stand out a little bit. But yeah, interesting fact as well, there is the Tassel Trophy, named after the Tassel family. Here are the Hunters. Jeez, looked ominous there coming out.
So as we see on, there's a penalty given, Noel Joel, the 9 in there. We can see Israel Iliab, the number 6 for the Hunters, seems to be moving around a lot. I expect a lot of play to come from him. He looks pretty dangerous. A couple of times he's had a ball in his hands. Yes,
I think they were looking at the bench to see what they were going to do there. This is going to be tough for the Capras to hold out. 6 tackles on their own line within their own 10-metre zone. It'll be a big effort here for the boys to keep the Hunters out.
Under 3 minutes to go before we hit quarter time.
Nice tackle by Smith-Samau. Here we go, Hunters again.
Israel Iliab, shut down, nothing doing.
He's got his hands on the ball all the time. That was a great tackle by Sam Pearce.
Noel Joel, the number 9. Passes, simple error.
And that's a knock on. And Justin, it's remiss of me. I should tell you there is another international. There is Sam Pearce. He played for the Cook Islands. Jeez, we've got him coming out from everywhere here. It's fantastic to see the boys get the opportunity to go back and represent their nation.
Well, how are we fitting under the salary cap?
I do not know, Justin. I do not know. But here the Capras are with an opportunity with just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter to get out of their own area, with the Hunters still leading 6-0. Ball in by Theron Pearson, Smith-Samau. Here we go. Looks like Peter Gallen's lining up again. Yes, it is. Oh, solid shot there from the lock forward from the Hunters.
Sebastian Pandia. Good solid contact there on Gallen. Heavy Dale starting to light foot through the middle.
Oh.
And as mentioned earlier, Heavy, look, one of those players with real potential. It's great to see him back in the Capras colours. By all accounts, he's training the house down. Packy Pearson's taking the quick one.
Yes, quick tap. Interesting play in, definitely in trial football to go and take a tap. And we've got Reece Baker onto the field. Reece is wearing number 1, but I believe he's going to be playing in the hooker position at the moment. I've got a bit of a wind that they're looking for him to be like a number 14. That's what they're looking for, an interchange player who can play hooker, halves. I think Reece could even play a bit of lock forward. We know from 2 years ago when he played the Capras, he was sensational at the back. So, here we go again, Gallen. Gallon. Not sure what's going on. Here we go. Packy Pearson, Aaron Hall, Bundaberg originally, moved to Gladstone, played with Gladstone Valley. He's the premiers of Gladstone League competition last year. That is a great run. Thought he was going straight into a brick wall, but he's got the ball down. That's a try to the Cook. Oh, the Sam Pearce.
That's a great try. Incidentally, he's just hit that ball hard on the line and burrowed his way over. He head down, went like a little aardvark, let's say, for the Cook Island International, Sam Pearce. But great work, as we can see on the replay. Just straight and hard, and he just busted through. I'd actually say that capras at the moment are, doing to the PNG Hunters what they like to do to everyone else, just play hard physical football.
Yes, definitely. They are definitely going to be playing a physical match here. These Hunters are not going to hold back.
So, Dom, as we can see the live stream at the moment, there's kids running onto the field. We've still got to take a conversion, so we'll get them cleared. As it looks like we've got Blake Wallace lining up for the conversion as we see quarter time. So this would take the score 8-6 at the moment, depending on this kick, as Wallace lines up. As all good conversion kickers do at the moment, a little pose, and that would be straight through the middle. That ball went like a frozen rope, straight as a frozen rope. So anyway, Blake Wallace has just kicked that. We've seen quarter time, and the score would be 10 points.
No, 6-all.
6-all. Haven't they scored?
No, 6-all. That is it, Justin. Please keep up with the game, Justin.
Sorry about that.
6-all.
Sorry about that. I'm watching the scoreboard and the 4 points is already up there. I thought I'd missed something.
No, Justin, 6-all. I like to see that you're trying to put us in front, but no, 6-all at quarter time.
I am a little biased, Dom, but look, great first quarter of football, I've got to say. 6-all. Capras, might be so happy. Hunters might be so happy. There's a lot of drop ball. Certain passages of play that work well for both teams. But once again, the reminder that this is a trial, but we're not many weeks away from the start of competition proper, so they need to iron these things out now.
Yes, certainly, Justin. It's probably a bit humid down there closer to the ground level. A bit up here, higher with the wind going around. We're probably not feeling as much as the boys down there. It might make the conditions a bit hard handling the ball. But Justin, it was interesting today to see the Villa Capri under-21s play against the Woorabinda Warriors on the game before this one, and the Woorabinda Warriors actually got up with just over a minute to go. Fantastic game of football. It's great to see the Warriors back on the field.
Oh, most definitely. Look, they have great support. The Warriors, I know they come from everywhere to come in and support the boys, and it was a fantastic game. Of that game, I'd just like to point out there's a young player there playing for the number 1, Arlen Doak, who is just a freakish ability. I'm hoping he gets his shot in the top grade at some stage this year. I don't think he's too far away, but I do know he scored a try today that, you just scratch your head. He had no reason to get through any of the gaps and use his speed. And I think he's one of these real excitement players that people come just to see him. He's a Bowen. He's a Slater. He does freakish things.
It was unbelievable, Justin. I did see that try, and he's certainly going to get his chance in the Villa Capri under-21s. Giving the youngsters an opportunity to get together, train, go through, do their weights. Fantastic program that the Capras have running. It's into its second year this year. So we're just about to get ready to kick the second quarter off. Once again, there's still a huge crowd at the back of the Rockhampton Leagues Club. It's fantastic to see the people in there supporting the great supporter of this club. Fantastic to have them on board. It's great to have them on board as well as JMK Constructions. It's absolutely fantastic. They support the game. Keeps our team here in our region, which is fantastic. And I can see Jason Etherington out there. I can see that he's telling the boys they need to get a bit more of a roll on. He's telling the boys, giving them a few pep talks. And I can see that Michael Wise, interesting enough, he's had one NRL game, the referee. One NRL game, yes. He's been fortunate enough to go through the ranks and get a game. I've seen him on the touchlines a few times, and it's great to see him here. He's a bit of a stalwart in the refereeing ranks, Michael Wise, for the Intrust Super Cup.
Mate, fantastic. I can tell you, this Q Cup is one of the best competitions outside the NRL. The talent's great. So, as we said, quarter time, 6 points all. Try scorers for the Capras. Sam Pearce burrowed over for a try. Blake Wallace kicked conversion. For the PNG Hunters, we had centre Albert Tack scoring the try, and Roger Laka, motion, their Dom, kicking the extra 2 points. So 6 point all, as we see on the stream at the moment. The boys are starting to wander back out and get ready for the second quarter.
It's very interesting that you talk the Laka motion with Willie Minoga on the bench there for the Hunters. Wonder if they're any relation to Danny and Kylie.
Boom, no? Well, as I said, David Loco, the 11, playing second row for the Hunters. The Loco motion. We have the 7, Roger Laka, the Laka motion, and Willie Minoga.
Very interesting. As the Hunters number 6 and captain gets ready to kick off for the second quarter. And here we go.
Well, I hope you're enjoying this live stream of the Capras Hunters as we see Big Sam Pearce bring it back.
2 men in the tackle there. Reese Baker is definitely playing dummy half. Here he is, Big John Monster Clayton. He's a big, tall man. He's got long hair. I do believe that's Bobby Nona out there. Is that Bobby? Yep, it is.
Yeah, Bobby Nona. Here's another one with a fantastic hairstyle. He's got it tied back. Bobby just last weekend played in the First Nation Goannas against Newcastle Knights at the Indigenous Festival down at Newcastle.
Great concept from the NRL to get the Indigenous players the opportunity to go down and play that game against the Knights. Ball being touched there. Reese Baker on that. That'll be 6 to go. 6 to go for the Capras. Blake Wallace into dummy half. Ball goes on to Aaron Hall, former Bundaberg player, now residing in Gladstone. Baker on to Clayton.
Monster, he's been monstered in a tackle there by the Hunters. Incidentally, just going back to that First Nation Goannas versus Newcastle. Newcastle had a lot of
Yeah.
Very good game down there at the Newcastle Knights at the moment, as we see Big Monster Clayton.
Yes.
Offload. Comes out the back, Packy, flicks on again to Huey Stanley, and
Huey's over!
Huey's going to do what Huey does, and that's score tries. Freakish ability to find the line, young Huey Stanley Jr.
Absolute freak of a talent, Huey. When he's on song, he is absolutely fantastic. He spent some time down at the Roosters in their under-21, so as we go back, here we go again. Out the back, Wallace. Great ball. Show and go. There it is. The big Warrabinda crowd that's here tonight will be absolutely delighted with that try, Justin. Absolutely delighted. It's fantastic to see Huey back here in Rockhampton after spending time at the East Tigers and also the Sunshine Coast. It's awesome to have him back here. Blake Wallace is lining up the kick.
Well, just incidentally, I know Huey's wearing the number 1 and our number 9. Reese Baker is wearing number 1 as well.
Yes, it definitely is a trial tonight, Justin.
We can tell it's a trial, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the real deal.
And it's certainly not doing us any favours. The Hunters, we can't tell their numbers from far away. And the boys from home, they are wearing the same numbers.
As we see, Blakey Wallace converts another 2 points. Now, let me get this right. 12 points to 6 is the score.
That's right, with just over 17 minutes remaining in this quarter. Blake Wallace played a handful of games last year. He looked good at patches. I believe he's working very hard. He's one of the fitter players in the squad. It'd be fantastic to see him in the side week in, week out.
Well, I can tell you, Blake Wallace, he's a crossfitter. Big fan of CrossFit, right in there, but also hails from Dapto.
Oh, home of the Canaries.
But also the Dapto Dogs, the Greyhounds down there Thursday nights are fantastic.
Who can forget that? Oh, the good old nights with Terry Hill on the footy show. And no, it looks like the ball's gone missing. Here it is. And the Hunters about to kick off. We'd like to thank all 98 viewers out there. 98, we're killing it this evening. Thanks for watching. 92, as soon as I thank you, you leave us. That's all right. It's good to have you all here. We're thinking this is fantastic. And here we go. Hunters kick off straight down the middle of the field to the try scorer, Stanley. Stanley onto Monster Clayton. 3 men in the tackle there from the Hunters. Baker into dummy half. Is it another penalty? Yes, it is. They've been quite common coming out of their own area for both sides.
From the 100-odd viewers we've got out there on the YouTube stream, look, we'd like to thank you. Obviously, it's a trial for this situation as well, but this is something that the Capras will be looking to do at all their home games to begin, and maybe the away games, because that's what's important. The local fans love to see what's going on when they're away.
It's a fantastic opportunity for the people who can't get into the game, but have a look at the crowd tonight. I could not think of anything better tonight than to be at the footy. It's great, you know, you can the hot dogs, the pies, chips. It's fantastic to be here at the football.
I tell you, the Rotary Stakes here just beside us, the smell's wafting up, which is very nice as we see Big Bobby Nona just tackled just on halfway. Ball's out to Wallace, a jink off the left.
That's his second time taking on the line. Hunters looking a little bit rattled. Delapino back to Williams. Williams searching across. Stanley nearly breaks the tackle. Here we go. They look like they're going to spread the ball to the right. Baker out the back to Packy Pearson. Through the line. Bit of a nothing kick there, Justin.
Yeah, no, it wasn't real good. And Adex Werra, the fullback, cleaned up. And now there's an indiscretion for picking up and moving the play.
Another penalty, Justin. Another penalty coming out of our own 10-metre zone.
As we said, the referee here, he's been at the top level. This is serious, and he'll pick up every little indiscretion.
That's right, Justin. And the Hunters find the line there. Just about 20 metres out from their own area. Here they come. Smith somehow in the tackle there. Along with that, Hall. Ball down. That's a mistake. Mistake to the Hunters.
Smith Samau, look, another great talent. Lucky to have him up here. He's played 10 or 11 games, I believe, NRL at the top line, top level. So, once again, another great coup for the CQ Capras. And let me say, I'd like to give a little shout-out to one Paul Aubrey. Thanks for sending through a text, mate, on the commentary. Hope everything's going well for you, Paulie, wherever you are, down south. And I know you'd love to be back up here with the Capras and in Rockhampton, especially on a Saturday night.
It's quite interesting, Justin. I'm getting sledged myself. Too many people to shout out to at once. So hello to all the listeners and viewers out there. I hope that gets you all under that umbrella. But here the Capras are, about 30 metres out from the try line. Bobby Nona with a bit of pace.
And I can tell you, Bobby's got great footwork and great speed for a big man.
I did hear that he once played out in the centres. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, it is correct, mate. As we see, Packy comes across. He was dummying, and that's Samau there. Looks like an injury.
Yes, a bit of a knee injury. I saw him go down earlier, but here's Monster Clayton.
All right, he's held up as the Hunters take care of him. Probably 3 metres out from the line. Fifth and last, the ball goes back over to Wallace. He puts it on the toe. Great hands. Oh, great hands there from the Hunters.
But another nothing kick, Justin. Need to finish our sets a bit better. The good part about that was we got to tackle 5. It's been a while coming. Here we go. Hunters just outside their 20.
Yeah, Dom, it is one of those important things. Even though it is a troll, Jace Hetherington wants the boys to complete sets and play the game like it's worth 2 points.
Yes, definitely. Oh, another knock-on coming out of their own end. The Hunters, they can't keep making mistakes coming out of their own end like this. They will just continually get punished.
So, Dom, that man, Willie Minogue, was the one that the Hunters had just grabbed the ball. Unfortunately, as we can see, he took the scoot. He was ready to go, so Willie Minogue was there. We're glad that he's on the field now, along with the Roger Lacquer and David Loco, as we've been calling the Lacquer and Locomotion brothers. So the scrum goes down as it's fed. Ball goes out. Wallace. Go on.
The Welsh Wizard.
The Welsh Wizard. Well, incidentally, Dom, many years ago at the Cowboys, I played football with the Welsh Wizard. It was Jonathan Davies.
Jonathan Davies, definitely.
The original.
A penalty here. More pressure for the Hunters. Let's see what the Capras can make of this set of 6. Need Wallace and Pearson to get us out there and get us through this set of 6. Brent Williams, brother of Guy, also spent some time at the Broncos in their under-20 system. Out the back to Wallace. Wallace over to Delapina. Delapina tackled about 8 metres out from the try line. Blake Wallace into dummy half. Ball to Sam Pearce. Out the back to Williams. Brent Williams, that is. Here we go again. It's Baker into dummy half. That's a slow play the ball. Meter out. Way. On to Monster. Oh.
I think he's got the flick pass. Come loose. Hit the deck and the Hunters have picked that up. So let's see what they can get going and get out of their own area. We see a scoot from half.
Yes.
I'm trying my darndest here, Dom, to get these numbers.
It was Gary Lowe, that was, for the Hunters.
The winger.
Yes.
Very good. As we can see, what number's in there? The 17.
Yes. 14.
2.
Yes.
Lawrence 2. If it's a 17, it was Lawrence 2. If it's a 40, it was Tiger Emery.
Fantastic name, that, Tiger Emery.
That's Tiger Emery now, taking the ball up.
Good hit up. Tackled there by Aaron Hall and John Monster Clayton. Ball going out the back to the 6. Williams and Wallace in the tackle there. Showing a bit of strength. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Error. What's the
Luckily for the Capras, they've
called it over.
It was an accidental offside in the kick.
Hey, I'm very pleased to say, Dom, as you know, there's plenty watching the YouTube live stream, and I'm getting the call through. Everybody that knows me or Dom, text through, let us know how we're going. I'm going to give a shout out to my good mate, Michael Hall, the chef down there. Mate, great man, and chef come boxer. Mate, glad you're listening, Mike, and thank you for the text. As we see a little bit of sloppiness here coming out, we've got 9 minutes to go before we get to half time. As there's another error, as we can see on the big scoreboard there. Thank you, the Rockhampton Leagues Club scoreboard. And
well, Justin, I can tell you when we go to the listeners, we've got listeners out in Emerald. It's great to see the Wrens listening out there. Fantastic to have them on board. And the scrum there on about halfway for the Hunters. Mistake there from the Capras. Bit of argy-bargy potentially going on in the scrum. No one knows where to stick their head. Look at the referee's got his head right in there, telling the Hunters how to bind. Just over 8 minutes to go in this quarter. Ball picked up by the lock.
Oh, there's some heavy contact there.
Very heavy contact. Marco Dellapina in there around the legs once again. Over the top, Sam Pearce. He's been heavily involved, Sam Pearce. Done a lot of work in both attack and defence.
As mentioned earlier, been down to the Broncos camp, so he should be jumping out of his skin, obviously getting that opportunity and realising that maybe a shot in the big league's not that far away.
Yeah, certainly. He's had his run of bad luck in the past with his shoulders, but he's hopefully going to get through this whole season. And, you know, that off-season at the Broncos is great. Almost through there, the Hunters. Taken down there by Pearce, incidentally. Here they go, Hunters. Looks one way, goes the other. Ball out the back. Shrugs off a couple. And that's 6. Turnover. Well held out there. Well held out by the Capras. I can see Theron Pearson telling the boys to settle down. 7 minutes left to go. Stanley playing the ball to Zornick. Zornick out from dummy half. Runs into a brick wall. Baker moves into half. Out he comes. Engages the marker. Onto Aaron Hall. Baker again comes out. Stanley goes down the blind.
Great tackle there by Thompson Tedder for the Hunters. He cleaned him up well. You see Arlen Packy now manhandle. The boys looks like they're blowing out there a bit, Dom. I can tell you they're leaving nothing in the tank as Moganona takes the hit up. In control well. You see Ian Webster. G'day to all those back at home for Ian Webster, I believe St. Helens.
Yes, St. Helens, definitely.
This is Mark, so a big hello to all the Websters, Webster family, the fans, and everybody over there at St. Helens with Ian Webster. Big Webby, back on the field.
I've been asked for a Norse Knights shout out. There you go, boys. The mighty Norse Knights, Junior Rugby League club here in Rockhampton.
And seniors, and let me tell you, Dom, back in the day I played for the Knights, the mighty Knights. North Knights?
Yeah. Busting out of nowhere, Justin.
Oh, yes, they were, mate. Yes, we did. Great to hear them all out there listening and watching the live stream. Thank you very much, those out there. Keep the text coming. As we see the Hunters flick on ball.
offload.
Here we go. Oh, clean pair of heels here.
Oh, Buckman's tackled him.
Gonzalo.
No, ball out the back again.
Well, the 15 that done the run there, Gonzalo.
Oh, unfortunate for the Hunters. The ball's gone down. They've got players down. Player down in the back for the Hunters.
As we see.
Here's the Welsh wizard, Reece Martin. Reece Williams, sorry. Martin might be his middle name.
Reece Martin, does he sing and dance?
Yes, he does. Apparently. And here's Ian Webster back on the field again. Just over 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Arlen Packy, originally from New Zealand, came back via Western Australia to the Capras.
And let me tell you, Arlen Packy does a great job over there at Sports.
Yes.
Mate, great job. Good to see Arlen and Arlen's workmate, Cameron Monster, who was over there, Capras last year, and had a blitzer of a game over there in the nines. So congratulations, Cameron, and well done. And we hope that you get in that top grade squad this year.
And here's Webster out of dummy half, out the back to Blake Wallace. Ball on to Brent Williams, out the back again. Oh, picked up by the Hunters. Here they go. We could tell that number. He's bumped off Webster. Webster's down. Webster's down.
And is this another error? Yep, the linesman's calling a knock on.
Capra's lucky to get away with that one.
They are lucky to get away with it, but let me tell you, that pick up from the Hunters, and these are the skills that these guys have. As we can see on the replay, unfortunately, Williams, Brent just obviously looking for a support player, unless it was Casper the Ghost. He didn't make the run, so it went down to the ground, mate. Picked up one-handed, great pick-up, but unfortunately in the tackle, the Hunters have knocked it on. So back to the live action as the scrum goes down.
Big call out to Brock Van Hess out there. He's been pestering me non-stop. There you go, Brock, you got it. Hopefully someone in another country hears it as well, and they'll be happy too.
Packy Pearson, the dummy, the big show and goes. We've got Pitts Thornton goes into half.
Here he is, Heavy Dale. Love to see Heavy in action. He's through, nearly over. Just short of the line, Heavy Dale.
Heavy, he's my brother.
Oh, that's it. Here we go. The Frenchman, Sebastian. Oh, unfortunately, he's been held up just short of the line. Webster.
He wants something.
Heavy. Try.
Not to be denied this time. Heavy Dale.
That's a try to Heavy Dale.
Manages to advance on what he's left a pile of destruction. The Hunters, dare I say, Dom, the Hunters are becoming the hunted.
Well, it's only in the first half. Here we go. The Frenchman takes it close to the line. We can see here, look at Webster, pointing to the left, comes right, onto Heavy, there he is. He's over. I have seen some damaging runs from Heavy, but that's a little bit shorter than I'm used to from Heavy.
So, Dom, let's have a wrap-up. How do you think the Hunters are going at the moment?
They're a very physical side, Justin. Probably need to control the ball a little bit better than what they have been. They've made a lot of errors in their own area and, given away some penalties to help the Capras get out of their area as well. The Capras have worked harder to hold on to the ball, which has been great for them. They've got down this end, they've worked hard, forced the errors down here. But the Hunters, yes, possibly need to work on a bit of their ball control coming out of their own end and also probably some of the silly penalties they've been giving away.
Yeah, you're right. It has been a very sloppy game at the moment. Penalties and knock on each way. As we see Wallace once again over the black dot. Flags go up, and that will take the score to 18 points to 6, as we see on the Rockhampton League Club. All the sponsors up there. Capras always want to thank the sponsors. Rocky League Club, JMK. Look, big Weber's Retrovision there. My man Dougie Weber. Thank you very much. Great supporter of not only rugby league but local sport in Rockhampton.
Big shout out to Dougie.
I know he's been training hard too, so we see that. Once again, beautiful kick there, over the black dot, great replay.
Just before the kickoff, Justin, it's always great to see a wedding party out on the balcony, getting the football into them. The wedding must be an absolutely entertaining affair. It's great to see him out here watching the Capras play.
Well, incidentally, I thought that was the corporate section there at Black Tie event, but you're right, Dom, Rockhampton League Club, wedding up on that balcony. They're all coming out, having a look. Congratulations. Well done to the bride and groom up there. Thanks for watching as Huey Stanley takes his ball. Middle of the field. Brought down just over a minute to go. You see the ball comes out.
Arlen Packy taking the ball there. Picked up, driven into the ground. And we've got Webster into dummy half. Bit of a slow play the ball. Onto the big Frenchman, Sebastian Martins. Ball there. Not sure who that is. That might be Matt Mizzy. Might be Matt Mizzy there. And there it is again, Justin. Another penalty coming out of their own end with just over 40 seconds to go.
You can see what the Hunters are trying to do. Obviously, they want to slow the play the ball down. Both sides are going to be blowing. It's been a very physical encounter to date. As we come up, 30 seconds to go. The Capras see if they've got some super duper play that they're going to put on in the next. They've got to tap it in the right place first.
Yep. Bit of a schoolboy error there. Just under 20 seconds. Matt Mizzy, I believe it is. Another Gladstone product. I think Matt plays for the Valleys clubs as well down there. So big shout out to the diehards down in Gladstone. Here he is, Heavydale. Look at those legs pumping. 5 to go. 4. Here we go. Another play the ball. This will be the last play of the half. Sebastian Martins across. Ball gone back. Cleaned up by Zornig. And that will be half time. With the Capras leading 18 points to 6. The Rockhampton Leagues Club Capras leading 18 points to 6 over the PNG Hunters. Been an entertaining first half, Justin.
Well, the football been entertaining. Our commentary, I think, just as entertaining. It's been great up here with you at the moment, but let's be honest, it's been a great game. A little bit sloppy in areas. I'm sure they're going to go in, and the coaches, both coaches, Butch Hetherington, we'll talk to the Capras. We've got Michael Moram. We'll talk to the Hunters about what they've done and what they need to do to come back out. As we said earlier, it's played in quarters, so 2 more quarters to go, and the boys will be very excited to get in there and have a nice, fresh drink, maybe a couple of oranges, get ready for the next quarter, Dom.
Not sure about the oranges these days, Justin. The off-field stuff's pretty important these days. They look after themselves. They'll be in there rehydrating, working on their bodies to get back out here for these next 2 quarters. But it is definitely a trial. You can tell by the high error rate at times that this is definitely a trial game.
It is. So let's just wrap up on that first half of football. So the score 18 points to 6. Capras leading over the PNG Hunters. Try scorers for the Capras. Huey Stanley went in. Andrew Dale scored a try, barnstorming run, close to the line. Sam Pearce, very much the same. And we have Blake Wallace, 3 conversions, didn't miss. And for the PNG Hunters, we have the centre, the 1 try, Albert Tuck, scoring, and the 7, Roger Laka motion, kicking the conversion. So, as we go to our bit of halftime entertainment on our stream, it's 18 points to 6.
Yes, welcome to halftime, and we're here with Stephen Powell, the coach of the JMK Under-16 Capras, and you had your second trial match this evening. How did you go, Stephen?
Yeah, Dominic, our second game, we played Mackay last week, and I was really happy up there in a pretty tough condition. It was very windy and wet, but today a much drier track, and I thought the boys played really well in the first half. Led, I think, 22-0 at half-time, probably eased off a bit in the second half, but I was probably half to blame there, made a heap of positional changes, and probably wanted to have a look at those fringe players to see how they went. And while we continued to win the game, 32 points to 4, you know, we could refine that a bit. But, yeah, overall, pretty happy with the game.
So who were some of the players that stood out in today's match?
Look, there's a kid from Gladstone called Henderson Godfrey. I remember his dad rang me before our trial and said, could he bring him up? And he's rung me, I think, a fair bit since. But he's a kid that can really play. 3 tries today. You know, I was just really wrapped in his positional play. And he's still learning our plays, of course. Makes the effort to come up every Wednesday and Friday. It's a big effort to come up from Gladstone. And I just thought today he was really good for us. We had a number of other good players. Jack White at halfback. Unfortunately, last week, Jack played about 30 seconds. So it was good to see him play today. Caleb Tull at 6. I've made Caleb captain today. He's a kid that's got a ton of ability, lacks a bit of discipline, but I can't fault him this campaign. He's been really good, and I thought he was really good. Harry Grant at 9. Was only going to play a few minutes today, but our other 9 got hurt early, so he played pretty much 50 minutes, and he's a sensational player. So they were probably the standouts today. Our forward pack were workmanlike. They did the job, and I've got a really good forward pack there. So I think all in all, we're looking good. We won't play next week at this stage, and we'll line up on the 1st of March, and we'll play Toowoomba up here at Brown Park.
Luckily for you, you don't have to travel all the way to Toowoomba. But you mentioned young Henderson Godfrey from Gladstone. It's great to see players from all around the region get the opportunity to come in and play for the Capras. And it's been a fantastic sort of system that's been started with the Cyril Connell and Mel Meninga Cup starting.
Oh, fantastic for the kids in the bush. I mean, the city kids were getting plenty of good footy. Our kids weren't. We were playing at our level. This has really lifted to another level, and I've been involved since day one. And the number of kids that have come through now and gone on to bigger and better things. But you're right, though. We always go outside Rockhampton. We were great to have Henderson from down at Gladstone, but we've got a bloke called Will Packey who comes in from Emerald Brothers. And I've got to take my hat off to him. He comes in, he leaves home at about midday on a Wednesday, trains at 4, for a couple of hours training, back in the car at 6 and back home by 9:30 for dinner. And he does that twice a week, so that's dedication, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a massive effort there from Will Packey and his family. You know, that's the families are just so great for their children to give them that opportunity. But you play Toowoomba first. Who do you think will be the hardest team that you'll come up against in your competition?
Look, Townsville traditionally the hardest team, and I've got no reason to think they won't be this year. And we play them up there at Townsville, so that's going to be a tough gig. But I guess we've got 4 games at home, and I guess we're going to say we'll win the 4 at home. We've got to make this a bit of a fortress. On the road, we play Sunny Coast. We play the Crows again down in Bundy, and of course Townsville. So if we can win 6 of those 7, we're going to be in good shape, and we're hoping to win the 7.
Yeah. It can be a bit tough when you go on the road. Or you said you were heading to Townsville. You get to head up there the night before, or do you head up on the day of the game?
The plan is to go on the Friday. Yeah, I'd rather drive it all night coming home. Really tough to spend 8 or 10 hours on a bus and jump off and play footy. So we'll go up the night before. Have a good night's sleep, a good sleep in, bit of a warm-up in the morning, and go and play Townsville. So we'll have no excuses.
And you have 25 players in your squad. Generally, will all the players get a run, or will it be a fighting for their position the whole time? Yeah,
well, we're down to 23 at the moment. We started off with 25. We lost one with a season-ending injury, and we had a young Sam Cookson broke his hand last week out for 8 weeks. So we're down to 23, but it will be 17 every week, and the best 17 will represent the JMK team. So the boys know that. There are no excuses. They've had every chance to show in the trials. So barring injuries, it'll be the best 17 that we've got out of that 23.
And you have taken some of the sides previously through to the finals. How do you think this team will fare this year?
Look, it's always hard to tell. I mean, we've had some great success with the 16s. We've been to a grand final of the Queensland division. We've been to semi-finals on 3 other occasions. But we don't know much about the other teams. It really, I could draw a line last year on our 15 state carnival schoolboys and say, okay. But having said that, some of those teams then can get split up. So I do know the Towns will be strong. We're certainly hoping to be one or two in the Northern Division. And when you get to Brisbane, there's some really tough customers down there.
Yeah, well, Stephen, good luck with the competition in the Cyril Connell Cup. Hope you have a successful season. I hope the boys get through unscathed and things go well. And JMK Construction, it's fantastic to have them on board as a sponsor to help you along for the season. So best of luck, Stephen, and hope everything goes well.
Yeah, thanks, Dominic. It's been great to be up here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's Stephen Parle from the Cyril Connell side, the JMK under-16s.
Thanks, Dom. Great work there with the chat with Stephen Parle. As you can see now online or on the live feed, I'm standing next to the one and only Walson Carlos. Walson, mate, great night. Is it what you expected?
Oh, it's everything I expected, Justin. I think it's a great crowd. I can't believe how many people have come out here tonight, and it's great to see so many people out here. And Warrabinda versus our Villa Capri under 21s was a great game as well. So a really good spectacle went down to the last minute.
Mate, we mentioned earlier online about that 21s game. My man Marlon Doak there for the 21s, mate, freakish ability. Hopefully he's knocking on the door of a top grade spot. You think it's far away?
Well, after his last two performances, you have to be. You know, I mean, down in Miriamvale, he put on 2 tries, and it wasn't conditions for him. You know, like he's a steppy sort of player, but it was freakish what he did today. You know, it really was. Some of the things he did, I mean, you just shake your head. He's a special player, and he's certainly a player that, you know, I thank you for tipping me into him, you and Lionel, but I'm looking forward to, you know, seeing him progress as a player, because he's a really good bloke as well, you know, but I actually saw a bit on his Facebook page. He actually scored 8 tries for the team he was playing in Brisbane, so he's got a bit to go yet.
Yeah, no, most definitely, and you mentioned Lionel Harbin. Hope you're out there watching, mate. Thank you very much. But yeah, Marlon Doak, as we said, you know, a couple of players the Capras have got this year. Marlon was one of those players on the Queensland Indigenous Tour last year. And I can tell you on that tour, we played 2 games against the Maori over there. Now, that side was, you know, there was about 4 or so Warriors, NRL players there. And I'm saying, Tyler, and what Marlon Doak did, he had him grasping it there. So I'm really excited for the kid. He's a great kid. Hope he gets his chance. But back to tonight, well, look, how many people are here, do you think, mate?
Well, just a guesstimate, Justin. I think there'd have to be close to 3,000, maybe in excess of 3,000. This is one of the biggest crowds we've had here. I mean, certainly I don't think we had a bigger crowd last year. I mean, this is really exciting. We've put a lot of effort into this program since the CQNRL bid took over, you know, just over 12 months ago, and I think it's starting to pay off. You know, it's really good to have these sort of crowds and to have the boys playing this sort of footy. We've got to get back to the footy.
Awesome, thank you. I'm going to have to cut you short, mate. We've got to get back. The game's back on, so thank you very much, Wal. Let's get back to the game.
All right, hope we're going to pick up. Hopefully you can hear me. Mightn't have any pick at the moment. We're going to call at the moment as we see the action. Here we go, live with the action. You'll notice the PNG Hunters now running towards the scoreboard. Big kick downtown. Swirly breeze we mentioned earlier. Oh, I hope that's not an injury. No, great take there.
Didn't look good.
Here we go, Marco, the Thailand warrior.
And here is the Welsh wizard once again. Reece Williams out of dummy half.
Let me tell you, Dom, I know a few people will be coming through. Once again, Lionel Harbin. I get a quick hello to him there, mate. Lionel, I love you, brother. I'm glad you're watching the stream. Hope you're enjoying. And best of luck, whatever happens. I know you're a great coach. Moving on in the future, I hear there's some exciting news for you.
What's he, having a child?
It's always something happening with Lionel, mate. Always something happening.
I'll just have a quick shout out quickly to Peter Wyeth. Yes. That gentleman before was not my father, it was Steve Parle. Peter? And here the Capras are, about 20 metres out. Ball goes out the back to Wallace. Sticks the ball in the air, up it goes. Bit of pressure. Oh!
Adex Wera didn't leave the ground for the Hunters, and, you know, at this level, you just can't stand and catch the ball with 2 feet on the ground.
No, and that'll be a turnover. 10 metres out from their line for the Hunters. Peter Gallen back on the field. Called him quite often in the first quarter. A lot of work from him, and here are the Hunters. Scoop from dummy half. 3 in the tackle. Gallen, Webster, and the Frenchman, Sebastian Martins. Another scoop from half. On his back. That's Liam Pickersgill, young 19-year-old, out there wearing number 4. I believe he'll be playing in the back row on the right-hand side of the field. He's come through the programs that we've got here.
Yeah, definitely, Dom. Good write-up in the Morning Bulletin, the local paper here today for young Liam. And look, I tip my hat to the young man. He's been training well, and I hope he has a great year.
I've had a little bit to do with Liam Pickersgill over the years. And
you're not going to start claiming,
no, I'm not going to claim him, but I'm just going to say that I've seen him at training, and he does work very hard, and you know, it's not going to be from lack of effort. With the Hunters kicking the ball into touch just on the 40-metre line out from their Capras try line.
Hold on, Dom. You've seen him at training. What does that mean?
Well, I might have been at some sessions where he was training.
All right, mate. All right. So you've given him the tip, have you?
Yes. Oh, ball being knocked down there by Pickersgill. It's funny how we mention him, then something happens. The prop forward Martins on top there. Hunters on the attack. 1 out stuff. Here we go.
You'll see for the Hunters the number 15 in there. My favourite name here at the moment, Gonzalo Ucrisi. Yukusi.
Here they go, just inside the 10-metre line. Sloppy play the ball. Dummy half, strong, shows strength.
Pick up the ball up.
And he's lost the ball over the try line. It's been taken there by Ian Webster. Huey Stanley, out from dummy half. Guy Williams in a dummy half, takes another scoop. The Hunters.
Good time overseas, but the Capras, and we're glad to have him back.
Yes, it's great to have him back. He played a few games for the Broncos a couple of seasons back. Just goes to show the affiliation that's happening at the moment, and the work being done here at the Capras is paying dividends over the last couple of years.
You mentioned the Broncos, that man that just popped the ball out, Alan Packy, had the training down there, and though he was very impressed with him, as we see Marco get driven into the ground there.
Fifth tackle, here we go. Looked like no one knew what was going on there. Kick from Guy Williams from dummy half. Fullback picks it up.
As Adex Wera, as he hits the line hard, he's and met quite as hard.
That's Delapina and Wallace there. The former Canary. Out from dummy half, the Hunters come. Ball on the ground. It's like a replay. It's happening again. Coming out from their own end, making errors. Pickersgill.
You can see Theron Pearson pointing around. Just before that, you can see him just telling the boys, calm down. There's been far too much loose ball from probably both sides here.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering if it's something the coaches addressed at half-time. But Packy's going to take a little scoot here, a dummy.
Dummy. Inside to Stanley. Stanley nearly gets through. Quick play the ball. Webster onto Packy. Peter Gallen. Over.
Great work by Gallen. Now, hopefully we'll get a replay on this play. As you can see, he come in for an in-line and then switch to the outline. Not an easy thing to do, but the ball popped up, and as we see the replay here, Theron Pearson, dummy, ran away. Huey Stanley gets taken to ground. You see him lining up here. The ball comes out onto Arlen, and you've just seen there, Gallen, the in-line to the outline, found the space and burrowed over.
Fantastic work there from the front row of Packy. Great offload to Peter Gallen. Now, as we said before, Alan Packy, originally from New Zealand, came via Western Australia and has just recently played in a trial match against the North Queensland Cowboys for the Brisbane Broncos.
Well done. Tip my hat to Alan Packy. And incidentally, I know his name is Alan Packy, and we've got Theron Pearson, whose nickname is Packy.
Yeah, a bit confusing.
Not to be confusing there. We're not trying to do that, boys, but as we see Blake Wallace lining up, he shouldn't miss this one.
Just over 13 minutes remaining in this quarter. Over it goes. The Capras extend their lead to 24 points to 6. The Hunters yet again making simple errors coming out of their own end. They just can't afford to keep making those errors coming out of their end. You need to get out of your end, get to your final kick, and put pressure on your opposition. You can't keep putting it on yourself.
Yeah, you're right there, Doc. You know, there's a way you let teams back into the game. That's by mistakes and penalties. As I said, you just can't have those errors, and you can't give teams too much ball. I know it sounds, funny now, but a drop ball here, a drop ball there, but you do that twice, and there's, 12 extra tackles you're giving a team. As we see a big, deep kickoff.
Oh, great take by Huey Stanley. Here comes the big Frenchman, Sebastian Martins. Big head of steam. Oh, no, he's been driven back. Here's Arlen Packy. Taking the ball just over the 10-metre line. Still moving forward, playing the ball onto Webster. Here's the big Frenchman again, Sebastian Martins. Offload. Bit sloppy. Ball on the ground. Webster into dummy half again. Arlen Packy lining up again. Goes down the short side. Webster's through. Pickersgill. Oh, Theron Pearson. Theron Pearson just tackled. Great backing up by Theron and also Pickersgill. Peter Gallen onto Guy Williams. Guy Williams onto the Thailand warrior, Marco Delapina, who's put it down.
Uncharacteristic mistake there from Marco. He's had a very solid game today. And there was great ball movement there. As you can see, the Capras really got on a roll. Quick play the balls, as you see. The ball there. Great hands there. Great flick on. Theron Pearson. Quick play the ball. Now, this is what made it happen. Onto Arlen Packy. Comes out. Gallen. Great ball there onto Williams. And then regulation. Still had a fair bit of work to do. Looked like Hunters was sliding well in defence.
It did look like they had it covered there, Justin.
But it didn't matter because the ball went to ground.
Ball on the ground. Doesn't help anybody. So the Hunters now with the ball about 20 metres out from their own line with the scrum feed. Referee tells him where to put it. Nope, he's going to come back. Put it in the middle, he'll say.
It's Noel Zemming feeding the ball there for the Hunters, I can see. Number 24, as I said, we've mentioned earlier, white numbers on white jerseys is not a commentator's friend, but we're doing our best.
Hunters now, one off from the scrum. Tackled there by Arlen Packy. Jeez, he's been quick to get out of the scrum there. Another one-off run here to the Hunters. Packy, Arlen again, in there with Martins. Let's see if the Hunters can actually get to tackle 6. Another one off the ruck. Taken there by Peter Gallen. Webster in there and Pickersgill as well. Driving him back, being told to play the ball. Bit of argy-bargy. Here they are again, another one out. Guy Williams. Wonder if he's talking to him in French in that tackle with Sebastian.
I hope he's not French kissing you.
I hope not. I hope not. They have both been in France. One born there and the other one spent some time playing rugby league there. Here come the Hunters again, out the back for the kick on the final play. Aiming for a 40-20 potentially. It's gone to Stanley. Stanley to bring the ball back. Brings it back to the middle of the field. Down he goes. Here we go. Into dummy half is the Welsh wizard. Here he is, Reece Williams. Great run from Reece Williams. Oh, Stanley, was he taken a bit early then? Good offload.
Great hands for the boys to control that ball through traffic. Once again, I'd just like to see the capras. I know they're starting to find some gaps here, but not get too excited and just throw it away as they did there. Marco, what about that step? There we go, into Guy, backing up support.
The Welsh wizard, the Welsh try-scoring record holder. Here we go. Here's Peter Gallen. It looks like we're going away a bit from the game plan here.
I don't think Coach Hetherington is going to be too pleased with this. They're starting to find space at will, and unfortunately sometimes the trouble with that is when you start to find space at will, you start to throw the ball willy-nilly.
Not sure what happened there. Not sure who ended up with the ball. Well, the Capras have got it. The Frenchman, Big Sebastian. Nice hit up there. Baker's back into dummy half, wearing the 1. Out to the right. Onto Arlen Packy. Back to Reece Baker. Using his footwork. Could the Frenchman get over for his first try? No, he's been held up there. Held up.
Great hand for the boys, but as mentioned earlier, Domo, just a little concern there. They're just starting to be a little reckless with the ball, I believe, the Capras.
Yeah, it just looks like they're trying to throw it from side to side. It might be a bit of a game plan to move the big Hunters around, but it does look a little bit willy-nilly at this stage. Out the back to Stanley. In comes the centre or the winger. Hard to tell. Pick one. Just pick a number.
Probably George Benson.
It's like a lottery. Pick a number, any number. Is that Gallen again? Yes, Peter Gallen. Taking the ball forward. Plays to Baker. Baker out the back to Theron Pearson. Here's Pickersgill on a bit of a diagonal. That's 5. Tackle 5.
Poor option, if you ask me there, Dom. I'm sure a repeat set is what the coach would want. But maybe they lost that number of the tackle count. But as we see, the Hunters starting to work their way out. A little bit of work to do to get themselves all the way back down the end of the field. With about 8 minutes to go in this quarter.
And there's still a massive crowd to the great sponsor, Rockhampton Leagues Club. Looks like there'll be an entertaining night in there. If you've got the opportunity to come down, it looks like there's a fair crowd. It'll be a good night in there after the game once the boys have finished up. Rockhampton Leagues Club, come on down.
And as we see a penalty here, a little bit scrappy, and I'm sure the Capitals won't be happy with this. They're trying to slow the game down and hold it down, but obviously a little bit too long there. So we can see the Hunters, I think that might be my big man David Loco there, hands on his knees.
And in back play, Arlen Packy's been strapped up. You'll see him, you won't miss him. It's gone right around his head. So here the Hunters are, just past halfway. Nice hard run, taken front on by Baker and Pickersgill. There's my man.
Has he got a toothache?
Yes, he has. He's something going on. Here they come, out the back again. Going across. He's still going across.
Great defense there.
Yes.
There, George Benson was a big hit. George Benson in half. There we go. As he takes a run. Oh, solid contact, but he'll keep pumping through.
The PNG Hunters actually get together and train all the time together, twice a day, I believe. It's fantastic for this country to be given the opportunity to come into the ISC Cup. Out the back, in come both the winger and the centre. Oh, Theron Pearson.
It's interesting you say that. Just to let you know, the PNG boys, they are together at the moment. It's a full-time professional thing. They're living together, training twice a day. But their home games, when you go over there, is going to be in the town called Kokopo. And it's in East New Britain at Colorbond Oval. It's about 2 hours from Port Moresby. So, but that's where it is. So you're going to get a flight from Cairns to Kokopo. Are you with me?
I'm with you, Justin. I'm just keeping my eye on the match. There's a penalty there. The boys will be moving back to Port Moresby. They will be going back. Yes, there is being some refurbishments done on the field. It's about 2 years away that they'll be back in Port Moresby.
But for this year,
Kokopo.
Yep. All right, so Cairns to Kokopo.
Reminds me of Cocktails and Dreams.
I was going to say Coco.
That's it. You're right on song there, Justin. And here we go. Delapina passes to Wallace. On to Peter Gallen. My man Gallen. I've called him a bit tonight.
Heavy workload, and as I said, it has to be expected from a man with the name Gallen. The brother of, as we see Marco come in on that little trick play.
Yes.
He's going to be wrapped up as we see Reece Blake in the number 1 jersey. Bearing in mind he's in the 1 jersey. Huey Stanley's in the 1 jersey. And here's a double 1 jersey.
There is another number 1. Hayden Buckman out there at the back. Here comes Baker. Taking a dart. Lifted a little in the tackle there. Here's another number 1. Huey Stanley out the back. Theron Pearson. Here he is again. My man Gallen. Another hit up from him. On to Huey Stanley. Huey Jr. through. That is a try. Straight under the sticks. My man Gallen.
Your man Gallen, but let me tell you, Huey Stanley with the shimmy shake.
Oh, I love a good shimmy. Here we go. Baker taking a run for dummy half.
Heavy contact as they nearly tried to use his head as a shovel. But we can see it goes on here. Pearson back inside. Your man Gallen. Huey, nothing doing. Shimmy. Left foot right step. You go that way. I'm going to go this way and put the ball down. Huey Stanley, well done.
It's great to see another Huey Stanley crossing the line here at Brown Park again in home colours.
Most definitely those listeners out there that are a little bit more mature would know Huey Stanley's father, Huey Stanley. A great player of the game and a great local league identity around this region. I can see the ref having a bit of a chat here. I'm not too sure what he's talking about. Maybe it was about the shimmy, all those shimmies without the correct disco gear on.
Oh, I think he is checking to see if they're regulation moves. I'm not sure. It's either that or he's checking to find out where the good fishing spots are. I believe Huey's a bit of a fisherman and he's trying to see where he's going tomorrow.
Well, anyway, Huey's got the try. Can't take that away. Blake Wallace lines up. Once again, this should be a regulation conversion. Another 2 points. He's had a good game with the boot tonight. There hasn't been anything too difficult. But as we see this one, flags go up. That will give him 5 conversions and take the score to 30 points to 6 with about 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this quarter.
Yeah, the Hunters have made a lot of errors, Justin, coming out of their own end. When they have got the ball, they've looked physical, and if they can hold on to it and get to their final tackle, they're hard to contain, yet making too many fundamental errors in their own area.
To be honest, Dom, I think where the Hunters are going to struggle, where they have struggled tonight, is just that the gameplay of that pressure that you have to build, you have to complete, you have to get the field position. As you said, too many errors by them coming out. As we see the kickoff, Roger Lacka, big kick. Oh, we talk about errors. And my man, Theron, regulation catch with a regulation drop.
With just over 2 minutes to go, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be a hard effort to keep on here. Hold on tight for the Capras. They've worked well in defence at times tonight. We'll see how they go here with just over 2 minutes to go in this quarter. The big effort here, the Hunters, they need to get to ball control.
Well, points on the board would be great. And once again, going back to Theron dropping that ball, we've said before, most important setter in the game as soon as a try scored, and unfortunately couldn't control the kickoff. As we see the boys, the Hunters, hit the line hard, and let's see what they can do here. So we're going to have a one-up hit, straight up, just to the right side of the post.
Been a lot of one-out running from the Hunters. Here we go. Another one-out run. Jeez, looks strong.
We've got Huro in half there.
I'll leave that one with you, Justin. Here we go again. Looks like the 5'8". He's tried to take the line on. Taken by my man, Gallen.
Oh,
Wrapped up there by Zornick. Also Pickersgill there to lend a hand. Still about 6 metres out. Go on the blind. Go on the short side. On the 5th tackle, and he's over. It's a try.
That would be the 3. Thompson Tete scoring the try there.
Yes.
Great work by Thompson. As we see the replay here, there was too much one-out stuff there. We talk about the gameplay, but here we go. Comes out from half. Nothing doing there. Very short blindside. Only 2 Capras players there. Fullback looked like he scooped around, but Thompson Tete just man in the right space. And look, I can tell you these guys are big and strong. And for me, and I've mentioned it already about this gameplay and just building that pressure. When we get down here, Dom, they do look good, but far too much one-out stuff. So they've scored the try, conversion to come. It's good that they've got points on the board. There's only another 30 seconds to go, so this will see us through till 3/4 time. As once again we've got the wedding party. They must have had a few dances and everything like that. They're back out on the balcony enjoying the festivities here at the Capras trial game against the PNG Hunters. And let me tell you, fantastic crowd. Walsham said 3,000. I'm going to say between 2,000 and 3,000. Hold on. The main man, Dennis Keefe, is coming. He's 4 fingers in my face. 4,000 people he's been counting, and he has personally gone around and counted every one of them. So he's a man to be trusted.
He was very sweaty, Justin. He must have counted them.
I can tell you with that beard, he started counting and he had clean shaven. Now he's got a beard. Anyway, flags go up. So the extras have been added as the siren goes, and the boys will go to half time, 3/4 time. 30 points to 12. And I didn't see, but I'd say Roger Lacka, who kicked the first conversion. We're going to give him the second one. It was Roger Lacka motion has kicked that conversion as we go to 3/4 time. Score 30 points to 12. Another big shout out to all our listeners on the stream there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. Justin Lumens and Dom Draper here at the Capras PNG Hunters game.
Yeah, just a quick reminder to everyone out there that next weekend the Capras are going to be taking on the Brisbane Broncos under-20 squad here in a trial next Saturday night. So it'd be great to see you come down and support the Rockhampton Leagues Club Capras here playing against the Brisbane Broncos next Saturday night. 7 o'clock the kickoff is, I believe.
Dom, that Broncos side, is it the main side? The 20s? What do we got there with the Bronx side? Are they bringing up the big guns?
I believe it's mainly their 20s, Justin. In the past they have brought 1 or 2, but I believe it is their under-20s.
Okay, fantastic. So, well, in saying that, after the crowd tonight, the Capras they're turning it on, 30 to 12. Scrappy game, but reminding everybody it is a trial. A lot of good points coming out. So we get closer to the start of the Intrust Super Cup, the main game. So I hope all you people out there have got your tickets, season ticket holders, got your merchandise for the Capras. I know the gear is looking phenomenal this year. The shirts, the hoodies, I know they're out there. Not that we need too many hoodies this time in Rockhampton. But look, we've mentioned it earlier, and I'm going to mention again, super impressed by the crowd that's here. And also very impressed by our listeners out there, Dom. I know you keep texting in. Thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the coverage of the live stream, because myself and Dom are having a ball doing it.
Well, just letting you know, Justin, also, we thanked each other. We should thank the boys behind, Aaron and Cal from Station Audio, who put this together so we could be out there. It's fantastic to be out on the air.
It is. The guys from Station Audio, man, I'll tell you, Jason Foss from Almost Anything Web Design, he's had a big part. All these computer thingamadickies that have made it happen for us, Dom.
I like the technical terminology, Justin.
I'm a simple man.
But very quickly, the CQ Capras would like to thank our great sponsors for their support of the Capras in 2013. A big thank you to Rockhampton Leagues Club, the CQ NRL bid, JM Kelly Group of Companies, Schwartz Excavations, Weber's Retrovision, CQ Physio, Victor Sports, Inferno Sports, Forex, Villa Capri Motel, Coca-Cola Amatil, the Brisbane Broncos, Pierce Engineering, EcoSmart Solar, Win TV. Big shout out to Kent up top there, Ian Way Toyota, Civil Mining and Construction, the Morning Bulletin, Diplox Collision and Repair Centre, Almost Anything Web and Graphic Design, Emu Sportswear, Stockland, M Group Tyre and Mechanical, Granger Contracting, HMM Group, The Capricorn, The Edge Apartments, All Pro, Knight Frank Real Estate, Rod North and Sons, Dr. Glenn Gomez, CFM, The Empire Project, Jeremy Engineering, On-Site Fleet Maintenance, Westco Truck Sales, Central Queensland Quarries, and a big thank you to our wonderful media partners, the Morning Bulletin, Gladstone Observer, CFM and Win Television.
Well done, Dom Draper. You got them all there?
I hope so.
That was fantastic, and I'll just like to say thank you to the sponsors. Thank you to the listeners. Thank you to the fans. As we get ready for the final quarter, the last 20 minutes of this game between the CQ Capras and the PNG Hunters as the kick goes nice and deep downfield. A little bit of a collision. Didn't hurt nobody. As we see the Hunters start to work their way out from their own end. Ball's played. Scooting come through. That could be my man, Gary Lowe, the winger. No, 15. Here we go. I got that one wrong. That's my man Gonzala. Great run, as we see. And once again, for anybody listening out there on the PG Hunters side, white numbers on white jerseys. Very difficult to read.
It is very difficult for us to read. But, Justin, just to let you know, it's just coming hot off the press. We're outrating the movie on Gem tonight. We're outrating it with all our viewers. It's unbelievable.
What is the movie tonight on Gem?
Oh, I think it's Pee Wee Herman Goes to Paris.
I tell you, it wouldn't surprise me if it's Shawshank Redemption. That thing is on TV every third week.
Yeah,
as we see. Anyway, back to the game.
Mistake there again from the Hunters. And here we are with a scrum feed, 35 metres out from the Capras line. Blake Wallace to feed the scrum. I think Blake Wallace has played the game unchanged.
He's been out there for a long time. As you can see, the boys go down. Sammy Pearce now in lock position. So the boys there inside their own half, so they'll be looking to get this over the other side of the 50 metres. Ball goes in and comes out cleanly. Goes over.
So the third number one, Hayden Buckman. Hayden Buckman taken there. Theron Pearson in dummy half, the Yarrabah Seahawk Jr. On to Mitch Zornick.
Great run, speed. Once you get them quick play the balls, as the Hunters, as I say that, they really try to slow that one down.
Here he is, Heavy Dale, former North Charger, Yeppoon Seagull too. Taking the ball forward. Here we go, Sam Pearce. Another local junior taking the ball forward from North Snipe.
Sam just keeps growing, that kid. Jeez, he's a big boy.
Yes, he's getting taller and taller. Baker, on to Pearson. Out the back to Wallace. Wallace off his left foot. Nearly through he is. Nearly through. Here we go. Another quick play the ball. Tackle 5. Here we are to Buckman. Buckman. It's tackle 5. 1 metre out.
Once again, probably a repeat set.
Take some control there. Here we go. Scoop from dummy half. Baker shrugged off. Comes again. Shrugged off.
He held on like a little terrier.
He did there.
Oh, and penalty.
Coming out of their own area, the Hunters have a penalty. Luckily for them, because normally about tackle 3 tonight, they put the ball down.
Yeah, that's correct. Their hands have been a little sloppy here tonight. Let me tell you, it's a good touch finder as it comes down. So the Hunters still have a fair bit of work to do to get over the 50-metre line. As we see the big hit up once again, probably too much one-out stuff with the Hunters. Capras have had it pretty much under control tonight. As we see the play of the ball there. Right on. Once again, the boys, big Monster Clayton in there and Brent Williams.
Another one-out run there from the Hunters. Monster Clayton again in there with Sam Pearce.
He's up there. Look, he's got 2 pigtails off the back of that hairstyle.
Jeez, I could only dream to have that much hair, Justin.
I can tell you, he's a tough man to have a double piggy tail, I guess. But anyway, as the Hunters, here we go. We start to move the ball wide. They look good when they move it, but...
Oh, yet again another error. Mitch Zornick scoops the ball up.
That was Huey Stanley there. Huey Stanley with great defence there and forced that ball loose. As he's in half now. Here we go, on to another number one.
Buckman.
I'm curious, all these number ones there, Dom. Not enough jerseys?
Must be their lucky number, mate. Here we go. Bobby Nona taking a hit up there.
Controls that ball well, and he's put on his back.
Baker, Reese Baker in the dummy half. On to Heavy Dale. Taken around the legs.
Great
looking
tackle
for the
there.
quick play the ball. Reese Baker, up he gets. On to Bobby Nona.
Here we go. Bobby Nona's done a chip, and he's regathered. Bobby Nona,
that's a rarity.
We've mentioned, I don't know if that's in the game plan or the coach is going to be happy, but he does have the skills I'm just unsure as we see Brent Williams.
Put the ball down
once
there.
again,
Blake Wallace creates a bit of a gap. But what about Bobby Nona? Chip and chase from a front rower.
Yeah, I know Big Shane Webke was here the other day at the Leagues Club for a luncheon and told a few stories. I can only imagine a story he'd tell if he'd done a chip and chase. What do you think the great man Wayne Bennett would have done to him?
Hook!
Well, Hook Griffin's down there now. Hook's there now. But as we mentioned, Bobby Nona's got the skills and, unfortunately, I just think I don't think that's in the game plan. But times of the game, they've probably just gone away from probably what Coach Hetherington's wanted them to do.
I don't think he'll be happy with that. With the Hunters coming in at their own end, I think that Bobby might have thought he's playing in the nines. Tell him we're playing 13 aside here tonight at Brown Park. Here we go. The Rockhampton Leagues Club Capras trying to keep the PNG Hunters down in their own end. They're 20 metres out from the line. Another one-out run from the Hunters. Great tackle there from Monster Clayton and Marco Dellapina. Here they go again. Another heavy contact. Bobby Nona.
Solid connection there.
It's very solid. It looks like it's rattled him.
Oh, and that
Another
error.
mistake.
Was that the tackle?
I think it was. I think it is.
The Hunters have just done themselves no favours with these errors as they're trying to come out. I went down and seen them train the other night, Dom, and they looked very good on ball movement, but I just haven't seen that enough tonight.
No, it looks like they've tried to concentrate tonight on trying to hit the ball one out.
Yeah, one out. Well, at this level, it's just not going to cut it. As we get a good look at the screen there, the scoreboard, 14 minutes to go, 30 points to 12. The CQ Capras.
If you just saw in shot there, the Rockhampton Leagues Club, it's pumping on the deck. It's pumping down there, Justin. You'll be heading down there, no doubt, later on this evening?
No, mate, not for myself. I will home to bed tonight, mate. Had a very big day. Incidentally, the Emu Park Emus and Capcoast Brothers met in Junior League. Couple of good games there. 2 wins all, and then we drew the 18. So we'll probably split the points of the Battle of the Coast, 2.5 each.
Hey, it's very exciting to see the Junior Rugby League in Rockhampton start back up with Baker going into dummy half. Baker on to Nona. Ball's gone to ground. Maybe he should have tried to chip and chase that one, do you think, Justin?
I'm going to give you the tip. I don't think the coach is going to be happy. I know they're up by 18 points, 3 tries. Not a hell of a lot, and there is always a tendency to, start throwing the ball around and scoring off every play, and it's just not going to work well when they come up against good teams. And I shouldn't say that, when they come up teams that control the ball better. Unfortunately, the Hunters have been just as bad tonight on the errors, and they haven't been punished as much.
That's right, Justin.
Capras can't do this.
We do know that the Hunters can play. Beating the Northern Pride in Cairns is a fair effort last week. They just have not controlled the ball this week. But here we go with the Hunters, just over 30 metres out from their own line. Another scoot from dummy half. Nice footwork from the Hunters. Here we go again. Taken to ground by Theron Pearson. Dummy half. Onto the half. Onto his back. Monster Clayton working hard in the tackle there. Here we go. Kick just over the 40. Here we go. What's happening here? Hayden Buckman picks it up. Reese Williams with him. Nicely cleaned up by Hayden Buckman. Here we go. Blake Wallace into dummy half. On to the Welsh Wizard. Reese Williams. Oh, that's a penalty. Doesn't look good that any time of the day.
Said, I know the Hunters, they were down at the beach the other day, probably thought they were still building sandcastles, tried to use his head as a shovel. Just can't happen anymore in the great game of rugby league.
No, it can't happen anymore, but unfortunate. But here's Wallace kicking for touch. Ball goes out. It's been marked just over the 40-metre line. Here we go with the Capras on the attack. Just on the 40-metre line. Baker still playing in dummy half to take the tap. On to Wallace. Oh, on to Pearce. Pearce taking the ball forward. He's looked strong tonight, Justin Sam Pearce.
Very strong, very strong. As we mentioned earlier, he was down there at the Bronx. As we see...
Reese Baker.
Reese Baker.
Dummy half. Here's Theron Pearson moving into half now. Ball on to Blake Wallace. Inside to Aaron Hall. Former Bundaberg player. Now playing for Gladstone Valley. He's giving it a crack in the ISC. Baker, onto Sam Pearce, offload to Monster Clayton. Couldn't get the ball onto Bobby Nona there. He's just there. Baker, dummy half. Bobby Nona again, using footwork. Breaks one tackle, still going.
He's strong, Bobby. He's up there in the hair stakes as well. You see it tied back. When he lets that loose, it is everywhere. Little chip.
Oh, that's been put down by Aaron Hall there. Bit of a rebound there. The Rockhampton Leagues Club capras there, unfortunate. Got to tackle 5, couldn't get the ball through into the in goal where they were searching for it.
The idea was right, though, because the last couple Dom, I have to say that they went to ground on the 5th tackle.
Yes, here we see it again. Oh, we've got the ball again. Blake Wallace there with the ball. Ball to be played to Baker. Let's see if we can control this set of 6 here. Rockhampton Leagues Club capras with the ball. Ball taken forward by Monster Clayton. He's worked hard this evening. Worked very hard. There's a penalty.
Would you say he's worked like a big old Clydesdale? Look at that hairstyle. He's
got a fair mane.
He has got a fair mane. Tied back as we see Reece Baker looking with a quick tap. Oh, sneaky little number 9. He's shimmy, pointing, tapping.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
There we go. Sammy Pearce, big strong run.
Spins the big Cook Islander. Oh, and the ball's come free. He looks at the referee to say, where did that soap come from? And here we go. The Hunters, just 10 metres out from their own line. Heavy contact by Sam Pearce. Darren Pearson in there at marker. Pearce tackled again. Peter Gallen wearing 11 now. No, it's Matt Mizzy. Sorry, I apologise. Taken there by Aaron Hall and Matt Mizzy. Sam Pearce in the tackle. The Hunters still going 1 out. That's a penalty. Thought it would be, taking too much time.
Yeah, well, they're going to be thankful this penalty. It's going to get them down the right end of the field. And I can tell you, they haven't been down this end of the field for a long time of the night at the moment, Dom.
No, it's been a while. The last time they got down here, they put the ball down early. Nice kick for touch.
It goes flying into the crowd. And let me tell you, there's plenty of hands going up because there's plenty of people in the crowd to try and catch that ball.
Here we are with the Hunters, just about 28 metres out. Nice hard run there.
So good tap there by the number 9, Noel Joel.
Noel Joel, yes.
Noel Joel, one of these guys, 2 first names.
George Benson, I believe, is in there as well.
He is. There's a couple there, as we see.
Oh, nice run. Very good tackle there by... That's Brent Williams.
Here we go. He's a strong run. The boys...
Nice tackle again.
They're holding him up. They're looking at this one-up stuff. We want to get the ball out.
Taken again. Another run from dummy half. Very much 1 out. Here we go. Let's see what they've got. Out the back. Nice play. Nice footwork, and he's over. Can you get that? Number 14, I believe it is.
I reckon that's Noel Zemming. You say 14, I say 24. I reckon that, well, if I could see a 4 there, Dom, and I'm going to say either Noel Zemming, or if it is 14, it's our man Tiger Emery.
I love that name, Tiger Emery.
Tiger Emery. So, we apologise. A little hard to see those white numbers on the white jerseys, but it was a great play. And I can tell you, I've already said that I don't think Coach Hetherington is going to be real happy. The couple times that the Hunters have been down here, they've put points on the board.
Yes. The couple of times they have been down here. Still a little bit 1 out. Showed then. Couple of passes strung together, and then off the back of that, on the next play, they score a try.
Yeah, well, it was quite strange. And I said earlier, Dom, I went down and watched them train the other day, last night, down at Webb Park, down at the home of the Seagulls. They look great with the ball movement, but tonight they've just really focused on one-up stuff. And it's not going to work when they get down here on the field position, spread the ball a little bit. They've had some success. As we see the kick, flag goes up. So I was going to say that'd be Roger Lacker.
One of the Hunters there with an injury, being carried off the field. Doesn't look good. Grimacing there.
Well, you can see him going off, and we can also see there's our Jason Tassel there, brother of Brad Tassel. Plenty of games.
You're certainly right. He has got some ink.
He's got some ink on him. But, well, I want to mark my scorecard here. Noel Zemming or Tiger Emery?
And I'd love to give it a Tiger. I just love the bloke's name. And here we go, Hunters. Taking it out from their own 20.
Solid contact. And we see the ball hit the deck.
It's down on the ground. It's a fair hit there by Matt Mizzy from Gladstone.
You mentioned before that was the winger, George Benson. So I can tell you they're big boys, these Hunters.
Yes, very big.
But unfortunately, big, strong, but just can't seem to hold the ball at the moment.
No, they can't. And Ian Webster looks like he's back on the field, packing down in the hooking role.
Once again, all those Websters over in St. Helens, hope you tuned in to the magnificent broadcast. Justin Lumens and Dom Draper, as we see Theron Pearson show and go, go down, come up, and took some very heavy contact there.
It's going to take a while to get up. That's high.
You've seen his head. You'd never like to see that, but young Packy Pearson, he's trying to get up to play the ball. I think his head's accidental, of course, gone into a shoulder.
Yeah, he doesn't look too good. Webster looks a little bit worried about him there.
So as we can see here,
I'll leave that one.
Yeah, well, it was a solid contact, but they're in a great game tonight so far. As you see there, he just sort of went across the field, show and go, tripped up, hit the ground, back up, kept running, and then run into the shoulder of one of the hunters.
One of the positive things there is he's getting up, he's standing up.
It's good to see. You can see Ronnie Tasker, the trainer in orange there. He knows his stuff, Ronnie.
He does?
So he does, mate. He's looks like he's got some magic in his
Could he be going for the sponge? Is the sponge back?
I don't know. Well, it's usually that magic water, but Ronnie's got something, and it looks like they're going to move Theron out the way. He looks okay there, probably just precautionary. Ronnie wants to have a look in his eyes, get him moving.
Bit of a dance move, it looks like.
It's a two-step. I think they're going to take him off. They give him a rest. He's done a great job so far as the ball's played.
Here's my man Gallen.
Your
Takes
man
a
Gallen.
nice hit up.
Well, I'm going to call him the toaster because he just pops up everywhere.
Oh, I knew it was coming, Justin. Here we go. Out the back to Blake Wallace. Comes under Heavy Dale. Solid contact from the Hunters. Another quick play they're looking for. Ian Webster. Out. Oh, unlucky there. The two Welsh internationals combining there to nearly get over the field. Reece Williams holding his head. Doesn't look healthy. Out the back we go again. On to Buckman. Hayden Buckman with solid contact there. Up you get.
He's mauled. And Gallen comes in not happy at all.
Not happy at all. Peter Gallen. Something happened there. We're on tackle 5. Let's see what we get out of this. Ball in the air. Taken there by the Hunters. What's that? Is that a dropout? Yes, it's a dropout. Looks like there's been a little bit of argy-bargy going on.
Yeah, it's interesting there. The last couple of plays, there's been some solid contact.
It's been a good contest. Let's hope it doesn't spiral out of control. With just over 3 minutes left.
Often, as we said, Dom, the PNG Hunters play an extremely hard style of football. Their gameplay hasn't come off from tonight. They've put on some good heavy hits as I hear the whistle blowing.
I believe they've been penalised for being in front of the kicker.
Rookie error, false start.
We can see Webster there.
Webby Webster and Gallen just saying, Gallen's probably saying, give me the 2, I want to take the 2.
No, I reckon he's saying just give me the 1. I want the ball. Oh, nearly. Oh, yeah. Here we go. The Frenchman, Sebastian Martins. Taking it forward for the Rockhampton Leagues Club Capras. Here's Webster pointing like a traffic cop. Over. No, Gallen. Thought he was.
Premature.
My man Gallen.
Oh, great.
Oh, out the back. Ball to ground there by Matt Mizzy.
Unfortunately, he was running the right line there, just couldn't control the ball. And now Gallen pleading with the referee.
I think I've seen that before from another Gallen. Oh. It'd be interesting in the Rockhampton League Club tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Look, once again, big thank you to Rockhampton Leagues Club, one of the major sponsors of the CQ Capras. Always put on a good meal, as you said earlier, mate. The crumb steak in there's fantastic.
And I would know.
You do know about a good crumb steak, Dom. As we see the Hunters work their way out on the end of a penalty. I'd like to see him get a little bit more ball movement. Here we go.
Oh.
24, that's Noel Zemming.
Nearly through he was. Taken by my man Gallen. Here he is. In there, Matt Mizzy, Aaron Hall, Peter Gallen. All 3 of them training in the Gladstone squad down there. Been a fantastic initiative by the club. Here we go. Ball out the back. Blake Wallace fended off there. Taken by Reece Williams.
That was a great run there. Once again, as I said, this is what I wanted to see from the Hunters, to spread that ball wide.
Out the back. Here they go. Numbers. Mitch Zornick in. That's ball Thompson. Out the back.
Thompson Teeter just throwing it out the back. The Hunters are just...
taken there by Aaron Hall, a former
Under a minute
Bundaberg
to
player.
go. Here we go. What can the Hunters... Oh, big long.
Tap on.
Tap on.
Tap on. Here we go. This is what we wanted to see, Justin. This is what we thought we'd see from the Hunters. A bit of throwing the ball around. That's tackle 6.
Well,
Capras held on there.
Well, Dom, you're right in a sense. We wanted to see a great game. And I just knew that as we see, Gary Lowe has get tackled on the 6 and a changeover. But, you know, I've mentioned already, I've watched our Hunters train. They got good ball movement when they spread it wide. But unfortunately, the game plan tonight was just far too much one-up stuff.
Yes, it was a little bit one-up and a lot of errors, a lot of fundamental errors made. I'm not sure, just thinking myself, if Jason Hetherington would be too pleased with the outing tonight. Be good to come away with a win, but I did see some areas of improvement, but it is a trial.
Yeah, you're right there, Dom. And as we hear the siren in the background, game's over. CQ Capras come away victorious, 30 points to 18. Scrappy affair. As mentioned, I don't know how happy the coach is going to be. Capras were dominant, good defensive game, but in saying that, the Hunters let themselves down, a lot of one-out stuff, and put far too much ball on the ground. So we're just once again being joined by the great man, Walson Carlos. Walson, your thoughts on tonight, mate?
Oh, Luma, I'm very happy with tonight. I mean, I think it's been a raging success for us, and we move on to the Broncos game next week and really look forward to it. The Broncos is always a well-attended game, and I think the people will come out again. They've shown tonight that they really enjoy local footy in Rockhampton, and you know it's good to have some people following on the live stream as well.
Yeah, most definitely, mate. Dom, we've enjoyed calling the call. Great for those people on the live stream. Thank you very much for watching and texting in. We appreciate that. And as we've mentioned earlier, Wilson, this is something that the Capras are looking at doing regularly.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that it might not be the perfect picture quality this time around, Lumo, but we're going to work and we're going to improve on things. We've got a great crew here from Stage and Audio. Aaron and Callan are helping us out, and almost anything have been a big part of this, and we'll continue to work on the quality of things. I think, you know, the commentary, we've had a lot of good reports about that. Everyone's been happy with it. Some people think it's really funny. I'm not sure why, but anyway, no, it's been great. So we're going to continue to work on it and try and give our fans the best experience possible, because it's not just a Rockhampton club. It is a Central Queensland club, and it's important for people to know that, you know.
That is an important thing, isn't it, Walson? You are taking games out to the areas this year. You tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we have plans to take games. You know, last year we took games to Blackwater, to Claremont. This year we're looking to take games to Gladstone. And multiple games to Gladstone. I think the Gladstone area is crying out for rugby league, Dom. You know, to be honest, we took it there we took 2 games there last year, and honestly, I think we could double that this year, because the crowds there were enormous. Probably similar to what we had here, and I think it's time to take some footy to Gladstone.
I think the other thing, Walson, to mention, and we called it tonight, there was a number of players in the squad that are Gladstone boys. They're down there working or training, and do you think it's been successful, this Gladstone squad training down there than coming up?
Oh, certainly, Justin. It's been a really big success, and as the boys are clapping the crowd now, we had about 25 players down there that wanted to be a part of it. 10 of them have joined the top squad, and it has been an extended squad, and there's a few logistical things that go into that. We've got to buy more gear and that, but the investment's paying off. It's paying off in the fact, you have a look at the performance of someone like Peter Gallen tonight. He was just outstanding. I thought he was close to the best player on the field beside Marco Delapina. It's really good to see those blokes like Peter Gallen, Matt Mizzy, obviously Crispy's down there, and he's our marquee player, and it'll be great to get him back when he comes back.
I think the other one tonight was Reece Baker. Great to see him back up here playing, and didn't look out of place in the number 9.
Well, definitely. I mean, before he left, I think he was close to Player of the Year, for the Capras, and he was playing in the fullback position, but he does remind you a bit of Kirk Gidley, really. He's flexible between the fullback and the hooker position, and Reece Baker definitely adds a new dimension to our team. I think he's cementing his spot as the number 14 for this side. So
I'm going to say a Johnny Plath type, a super sub, and I can tell you he's a tough guy, either tough or silly, because he takes some big contacts at times and just gets up and keeps going.
I think we'll run with tough on that one, Justin. So I think we're wrong with that. But it's good to see the boys here. And, after the trial in Miriamvale, it was a good hit out down there for the boys to be down there, taking the game to the people. Out of Miriamvale, home of the Magpies, Gary Larson Oval. Good crowd down there.
Yeah, well, I've got to do a shout-out to Owie Harms and Bowie Hancock. Bowie Hancock's just had a baby. I think he had a baby girl, so congratulations to Bo and his wife down at Miriamvale. He's the president of Miriamvale. And Owie Harms is just a legend. He's a local sergeant of police there. And without him, it wouldn't have been possible to take that game to Miriamvale. But it was a cracking game. They had almost 1,000 people in Miriamvale. I mean, you could blink if you drove through it, honestly. I don't know where they come from, but there was 1,000 people on a rainy day, and, we're going to look to replicate that again next year. They just loved the footy. They got into everything, and it's certainly something that we want to do again next year.
It's a fantastic initiative there, and I know the boys down at Miriamvale there were very excited. I was lucky enough to visit some of the schools. They were very excited, all looking forward to it. Fantastically and well put together.
Mate, can I say, sorry, Justin, can I say it was great to see the great Gary Larson there, and I had a chat to him, and he was smiling and shaking hands with people, and Gary was a former coach of mine. He did coach the Comets back in the day when I was playing, and he's a great man, he's a legend of the game, but one of nature's true gentlemen. He's humility personified, I think. He really has that humbleness about him. He'll talk to anyone, like our coach Jason Etherington, and it's really good to have those soul-of-the-earth people around.
Sorry, mate, I was just you mentioned Miriamvale. I've got to say, the server down there, crab sandwiches, crab pies, it's fantastic. I love them. Every time I'm there.
Justin's obviously going to be driving that way soon, aren't you? Yeah.
When I get down to Bundaberg.
And can eat. I mean, to look at him, he looks like he eats nothing. But if I drive past the pie shop, I put on 5 kilos. But Lumo can just devour like you've never seen before. So.
Righto, boys. Let's wrap up. All right. In closing, thoughts for tonight?
I just think it's a great night, and I hope the people with the live stream can see what we're trying to do for the fans, and they can give us a bit of understanding, and we can work to improve it. Please give us your feedback. We want some constructive feedback, and we're going to work with the technical guys. Well, no, us three haven't got a clue how to fix it up, so we're going to work with Aaron and Callan, and we're going to try and get this as best we can, and I'm sure that we're going to make a big improvement for the game next week. Tune in next week to the Broncos game if you can't get along to Brown Park.
Yes, and just quickly we'll wrap up that the Central Crows were here today. Part of your catchment areas is involved in that. Good to have them come along today and play in the 16s, 18s, and also the Woorabinda Warriors playing one of their handful of games that they get to play against the Villa Capri under-21s.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, the Woorabinda Warriors were a big part of the big crowd here. I mean, there was a lot of Indigenous people, and it was great to see. It was great to see the little kids dancing. They were a big hit. And I think that we're going to look to, try and get Woorabinda in some more lead-up matches because they were just a great addition to the Capras program.
Fantastic. Well, I guess on that note, we'll shut the show. Dom, it's been a pleasure calling the game with you tonight.
Fantastic. I sounded brilliantly, Justin.
Oh, exactly. Hey, good job, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you can join us next time when the Capras take on the Broncos next week. So, get ready. Stay classy, CQ.
See you later.